remember things clearly in your mind, and then when you find out, when you talk to the person about that memory never happened. I clearly remember Amy sitting on a park bench at the school in like bell bottoms, looking all Joan Baez, playing an acoustic guitar in her lap, and she had this rocker boyfriend with no neck. He had long black hair, and I remember her sitting as clear as day. And I told her, I said, you have no idea how many times I've driven by this bar, and I would see that, you know, and I remembered sitting on the bar. I said, she probably looks the same, and she probably plays acoustic guitar, barefoot, legs crossed. And I'm telling you, she looked at me, she goes, I've never taken a guitar to that school. I've never played guitar. I had a guitar once. You're a fucking idiot. I have no idea what you're talking about. My oldest daughter was the first to graduate and first to go to college on my side of the family. And we were all so real proud of her. And my uncle, we have a pedigree side of the family. Does anybody understand when you have a pedigree side of the family and then you don't have a pedigree? We were the not pedigree side of the family. So like the joke was when we went to the wedding in Texas, they were like, don't bring the chickens in the coop, because these guys are all highbrow. I love them, they're wonderful people. But we went, and I was visiting my uncle for my cousin's wedding, and he was explaining when going to college, Alex, if they're going to go for a big degree, you want them to get the best education. So don't be scared, put them right at the university, right in the beginning. Don't even worry about community college. Okay, what does your daughter want to do? She wants to be a pharmacist. No problem, they make good money, the best education, the best resume, the best opportunities. Okay, great. So we went, and we were touring schools, and we went to the school that she's now attending. It's called Stetson University. It's out in DeLand. My oldest daughter is the one who she's like the country mouse. She wants to be close to home. She likes to come home on the weekends. She wanted to pick a school that was close, small classrooms, 44 miles from my door to her door. If my youngest daughter could find a school on the moon, she would go to the moon. But this is a story about my oldest. So we went to Stetson University, and I go in there, and I knew something was up because I was the only one in the room touring the school from Florida. I should have known, but she's the first one. These are the first times we get to go to college to tour these schools. So we're walking around the campus, and Stetson University is a beautiful school, beautiful place, amazing tradition, amazing heritage, blah, blah, blah. As the lady's fixing to wrap up the tour, she goes, are there any questions? And of course, leave it to the ignorant savage from Florida. I'm raising my hands. I'm like, what's the terms? What are the terms for this school? How much does this shit cost? I didn't say shit, but how much does this cost? And they said, no problem, Mr. Soto, because I have a little tag that says, hi, my name is. Hi, my name. Anyways, so I'm waiting, and afterwards a person comes up, and they're like, hello, I'm such and such. Follow me, we'll discuss terms. And I can't help but notice I'm taking all this in. It's all new to me. And we're walking over about 30 yards away, there's this gazebo and a babbling brook. And the lady sits down and she says, all right, Mr. Soto, the price of the school is $50,000. And I'm like, holy shit, $50,000 for 4 years. How in the hell? It's a beautiful school, and she so loves it. And she goes, no, Mr. Soto, not for 4 years, per year. I jumped up out this motherfucker. I said, wait a minute, isn't this the land? I said, wait, what, $50,000 a year? What the hell kind of school is this? I'm looking at my daughter. I said, this doesn't even look that different from the community college up the street. What is going on? I'm driving home. Baby, I know all the dreams that you ever wanted, and I told you you could get anything you want, but come on, $50,000 a year? Are you kidding me? You could get approved for any school, and this is the school you want to go to. Long story short, too late. The scholarships came through, and she ended up with about $42,000 in scholarships, and she is attending Stetson. She's in her final year. Big ups for both of my kids. They're on their way to college right now. But here's the funny thing. Know what you're getting into, because the big selling point for me to say, baby, I think you could go to this school, was they told me with a straight look on their face, anytime your child is on this campus after dark, one phone call, we'll bring a golf cart, take her right to her room, safe. Safe at Stetson. I said, oh, that's good. Then I found out that they offer that service at any community college, anywhere in this, ever since all these bad things happened. That's not even a fucking feature, and that was the one that, hey, what are you gonna do? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause. We got the never that bullshit. Alrighty, so let me introduce myself. My name is Alex Soto. Let me tell you all a quick story. Everybody has and everybody found something that they really like an addiction. And I discovered mine right after I got my driver's license. Because once I had a car and got my freedom, I lost my virginity. And then everything got cleared right up after that. And since then, it's been a blessing and a curse. But I remember one time in particular it was me and my buddy, we were high school, we were wrestlers, and anybody in this town been here a long time? Raise your hand if you've been in Marion County a long time. Do you guys remember, alright, how about this? Raise your hand if you remember the Brahma in Ocala. Okay, now how old this story is. This is an old ass story, okay? This is a story that was me parked a couple of houses down on a dirt road so that nobody saw. That's the story, right? So here me and my buddy come rolling up, and mom and dad were going to the Brahma. So already you know what dad looked like, because back then you could pick out what a guy who looked like went to the Brahma. That is when if you walked up behind you and the shadow casted over your shadow would disappear, and it would just start out with a head, ears, and then just one big ass shape from there on down, because these were big ass rednecks. And they went off to the Brahma, and I come pulling up, me and my buddy, and we're waiting, and they leave. Me and him come rolling up, knock on the door. She had a little girlfriend there to stay the night. We go rolling up in that motherfucker. Hi, we were young, we were silly. And things started moving in the right direction, and I go to one room and he goes to another room, and a few minutes after into this, headlights pull up to the front of the house. We're like, what the fuck? And it's back then, folks, we lived in a house that when the headlights hit the front of the house, everybody in the house saw it. We didn't live in these big ass houses living today. So this motherfucker come pulling up, and we're like, who is that? The girl that knew the headlights. That's my dad. What the fuck's he doing here? We come busting up out of there. I'm putting clothes on, fast as hell. My boy comes running out. We come running out. They're coming up to the front door. We're like, what do? Go out the back door. We haul ass out the back door into this pitch black backyard, and everywhere you look was an extra tall privacy fence. Pitch black. Didn't know where we were at. Didn't know where no gates were. They're coming in the front door. My buddy is a 119-pound varsity wrestler, and he was a head taller than me. We have this thing, you know, if you were into sports in high school, you could just say something and it would just motivate you out. And in wrestling, we would always have to remind each other, because we were getting our asses kicked, we're athletes. So he would say, we're athletes, and you would say, we're athletes, and we would continue to run, and then we would puke, and we continue, because that's how we did it in wrestling. So the man says, looks at me, he goes, we're athletes, and runs, and like a gazelle, jumps, catches the two, and flew over the privacy fence like a swan. 119-pound varsity. I was 189-pound varsity. I was an athlete, but I wasn't a gazelle. Much more of the rhinoceros species. And I said, I'm a fucking athlete. God damn it, I'm an athlete. And I ran, and I jumped, and I went to put my foot on that, and it was here, and my foot was here, and I hit that thing so hard, it sounded like two 2x4s slapped together. Bam! And every 4x4 post all the way down the entire property broke at the same time, and the entire privacy fence falls over. I military roll. I'm an athlete! Huffing it, boy. We were gone. Jumped in the car. My boy was already at. Do it! Woo! Dirt road gone. Dukes of Hazzard. And that really happened, and that was my story. Coming up, folks. Next, I had this badass pit bull, the kind with the square head and the clipped ears. Bitch was bad, but she was a real sweet dog. But it looked like I would pull out a shotgun in front of people if I went and pulled this dog out of the car. Everyone grabs their kids and steps back like that's gonna help. I'm having a party at the house, and the dog's so intimidating looking. I'm like, fuck it, I'll put it in the master bathroom. Who the fuck goes into a master bedroom to use somebody's restroom? Later on that night, I hear this scream, a thump, and my door busts out from the inside out. Because one buddy of mine who's been to my house 3 times assumed that it would be okay. He went into the bedroom, and it was so funny because he went in, he's explaining to me, and I can just imagine. He goes, he runs into the room, runs into the bathroom and closes the door before he turned the light on. And then all of a sudden the dog just come right up on him from the behind, and he knew what dog was in the house. So he freaked out and broke the door, completely destroyed my house. It was a great party. Divorces happened because of that party, but that's for another story. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Be safe getting home. Another one for the books, guys. Next week we're going to have a huge one, so please, this will be the, hey, it's all about trying to get this bar. We're going to build an addition on the back. This seems a little hot. Sound man. You sound okay? Check, 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 check. It sounds all right?
I want to hear the music. What do I want to hear?
All right.
Oh, I'm from, yes.
2 more minutes, folks. As usual, the comics come from an hour and a half away and they're here 30 minutes early, but the guy's 3 miles away. But tonight we can't wait for him because we've got a lot to cover. Got a lot to cover. Let me go ahead and get some announcements going. Might as well start this shit now. Alright, hello everybody, good evening.
Good evening.
Come on y'all, can do better than that, goddammit. I know y'all out here sweating. I'm gonna burn my edges out tonight. The good news is last night at 8:15, it dropped like 25 degrees. No kidding, I'm not bullshitting you, I wouldn't lie to you. I didn't bring y'all out here to lie.
Yeah.
It was quite comfortable out here at 8:15, 24 hours ago. So let's see where we're gonna be tonight. So anyways, hello, hello, hello. Listen, tonight's a big night, guys. Tonight is a big night. I'm telling you what, this has been the silliest goddamn 4 weeks of my life. Listen, folks, this is the 4th week of Gladiator Workout Room. Everybody give a round of applause. This poor little tent's hold us up for 4 weeks. So check this out, y'all. Listen, I came out here and I came to Miss Amy and I asked her if I could have a little open mic, with no idea what I was getting into. And if anything, listen, in 4 weeks, everybody on the Facebook, thanks to all the support and thanks to all the wonderful love that they're getting from the crowds, this place is blowing up all over Facebook like this is the premier workout room in the Southeast United States. I mean, the way they're talking, and everybody, I'm getting instant message, direct message, I don't know what the hell they called it. We used to call it texting, then they used to call it email. Before that it was phones, and somewhere back there was like smoke signals and a damn blanket. So whatever this shit's called today, I get stuff from people, they're sending me YouTube clips. The man standing in front of 2,000 people killing, and he's talking about, I need to schedule some time, can I come out to your room? Yeah, player, you can come out anything you want, but I mean, it's just like, it's amazing to me. So then, as these things are progressing, apparently we're waiting on some people to get here. They're on their way, the usual thing. And some of these people that are coming, we've got promoters coming tonight. We've got people from the newspaper coming tonight. I've gotten some emails saying that there are going to be some people coming, but they're depending on what time they'll just show up. We've got people from podcasts that are coming out tonight to see the shows. So it's just an interesting situation because, folks, we got a goddamn tent out here in Summerfield, and we're killing the game. We're out here sweating our butts off, and we're out here killing the game. So listen, first of all, it could not be done if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. One more round of applause for the crowd and the fact that they know how to applause. So as we continue on, as I say week to week, we have, well, these are called workout rooms. To me, these are like treadmills, ellipticals if you're training for something. And comics can't just go out there with new material that they haven't tried because they're getting paid to be funny. So they can't just try shit. So they have to find places that they can come and flex their material and work on it and work on new hours if they're doing specials. But guys, I'm telling you, week after week, we've had excellent, excellent talent, whether it be the local guys that keep supporting this thing, which, by the way, are fully touring comics as well. But then it's also great that we have all these guys that come in each week. And the week that we had Bill and Scott a couple weeks back, I was expecting them to be able to get in their car after they were done and leave, because one of them lived way down by Haines City and the other one lived way out there in Sanford, and they had to be to work the next morning. And these fools ended up staying for like 3 hours afterwards because everybody just gave him so much love in the audience. And I told him, I said, you fuck around, keep it up, man. Y'all are going to be 352 area code Marion County residents. Y'all kept fucking around. You won't make it back to work. So, folks, it wouldn't be if it wasn't for y'all, so I really appreciate that. So tonight, like I said, we've got people coming through to watch the talent. I've been doing some pretty crazy things. It's been an interesting few weeks, and I'm telling my guys, my partners that are helping me do all this stuff, I think I need to make business cards. Like, I really do. At this point in my career, because everybody's blowing up my phone like I'm some sort of a fancy fella, I guess I better go make some goddamn business cards. I swear to God, this is an interesting situation. So, if you're not watching Facebook, I'm going to do shameless plugs, then we'll get started. My podcast stage. Anybody clap if you've seen it online? Man, isn't that thing nice? That's what you get when you fuck around and put a Cuban and a gay guy together. That's what you end up with. That's high society right there. So we're going to be starting to launch that thing coming up real soon. I'm hoping to start putting the episodes up in middle of October. So be looking for that. Also, this is probably the only mic you've ever opened, the only workout room / open mic that you ever seen that started with 25 people in the audience and has a corporate sponsor. So, believe it or not, Gladiator Workout Room is sponsored. Corporate sponsor this week is Rose Science Nutrition. It is Kratom. Kratom is an organic, natural alternative to pharmaceutical pain medicine. My sales pitches, I was on 4 10 milligram Percocets for 15 years, and I've now been 93 days off, not because I was a junkie and had a problem, but because long-term the side effects, because you'll end up with Alzheimer's, and there's already Alzheimer's in my family, and I already forget half of everybody in this room already, so I'm screwed there. So I just figured I wouldn't just keep poking the dragon. So Kratom has had 0 side effects, 0 withdrawals, 0 issues. We have bottles. Bottles are 100 pills for $50. Small packs are they $10? Yes, $10 for the small packs, sample packs. We have them in the back. So, alright, tonight we're going to be doing something different. We have some talent from all sides of the spectrum. I've got people in tonight that have just started doing some open mic stuff, and they're already doing very well, and we're manicuring, we're cultivating the talent, and as the people, the people who are coming in to do the news, because I told them this is a happening tonight, folks, because we have 2 nationally touring comics. It's like unbelievable that I even nailed one of these whales, much less got them both. So I'm just it's just week after week, I'm just awestruck by the return that I'm getting on this. So we're going to be bringing in people who have just started and people who are further down the pipe. I look at it like the one where the gorilla turns into the man, and this is the progressive transition. You're going to see that tonight, literally from the beginning to the end. Although you guys have to decide whether it's grown man to monkey or monkey to grown man, because comics are a little different. But are you guys ready to start this show? Come on, y'all. Are y'all ready to start this show? All right. Cool. Yeah. Comics, man. Artists are funny people, man. Very sensitive individuals. I got these touring comics from Tampa, and the man, he's like, hey man, I'm much more than just a touring comic from Tampa. I'm like, well, motherfucker, you didn't send me that information, so until I know otherwise, I'm sorry, but welcome to the Gladiator Comedy Workout Room. We just write what we see. We put it out there. So good evening, everybody. My name's Alex Soto. This is my crazy concoction. Look, we got lights. Look at this. Every week we're getting a little more highfalutin in our tent. I still haven't gotten business cards made, but I'm working on it. So the backstory is, I don't know how to feel about this. Let's see, maybe put right there. Sit like it. Remember back? No, that's not working either. I'm just gonna leave this shit right there. Alright. So the kind of thing with the way this started is in January I started driving Uber. And I'm driving around and I love podcasts. And I'm getting ready to start my own video podcast called Articulate Barbarian. It'll be out. We're launching it soft in November, hard in January. Hard. Anyway, so as I'm driving around listening to these podcasts, all my favorite podcasters were comics, and all of them were talking about starting with the open mics and getting on that open mic. And I'm driving around and I see there's a sign that says Thursday night open mic. So I said, why not? Because I was driving a lot and I had a lot of empty time. It's so funny because I'm so programmed the old school way that I had to justify going to see this open mic, calling it my dinner hour. So I'm going over there and I'm watching. It took me about 3 weeks watching, having dinner at this place. Food wasn't that great, but whatever. Finally, I signed up. I got up there, and I did, based on what I know now, looking back, I did about 3.5 hours worth of material in 3 minutes, and I had a 5-minute set. As I'm walking off, the guy says, "You got more time if you're done." I said, "Man, I don't got that much memory. Put it all out there." So the thing that I found unique about it though was when you feel the same shit every single day and nothing changes, and then you find yourself in a situation where though it may not be pleasant, it's something. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody ever get stuck where anything would be better than nothing? So I found that uncomfortable feeling, I was like, ooh, this is different. So I got hooked on it. I said, I want to figure this thing out. So I started working on comedy in January, started going to open mics everywhere. It turns out in Orlando, there's a shitload of open mics. So you could go to an open mic every single day. And since I was driving Uber and also working a full-time job and also getting all this stuff together, I decided, you know what? I'm tired of driving to Orlando. So I said, well, if these guys have open mics and I see what they're doing, I said, maybe I can set one up down here. So I went, and it just so happens I went to school with the lady. There she is right here, Miss Amy. Hi. Woo. Everyone give Miss Amy a round of applause. She's the sole prop. She's the queen bee of this fine establishment. And it turns out we went to school together, and a joke, one of the bits that I've done before is, you ever had that thing where you swear you remember something, and then when you talk to that person about that memory, they're like, that shit never happened?
Oh, yeah.
I have this clear memory, folks, of Amy sitting cross-legged on the top of a picnic table at Lakeport High School, playing an acoustic guitar, looking like, something like Edie Raquel, Joan Baez, hippie chick, because that's what she was back then. And she says, Alex, I've never played a guitar in my life at the school. Never, no,
I had a guitar, just
so the memory.
smoke on the water, the one
Bump, bump, bump. So that's the thing. That's my memory. It was clear as day. For 30 years, driving by this place, oh Amy, yeah, I remember she played guitar on that picnic table. Turns out that shit never happened. So anyway, so we got this thing going, and check this out, y'all. Comedians can't get paid to come up and tell jokes if they don't know it's not funny. That's how obvious. That's a conundrum, right? So comedians have to go places, little hideaway places that nobody knows exist, and they work out their material. So I'm over here going to Orlando, and I'm driving out there, and I'll go drive an hour to get out there and wait 2 hours to get on for a 5-minute set. So I said, fuck, man, I don't understand what this whole, why do we need this 5 minutes so much? Why can't we work on it more? So the things that I got going for me is we do minimum 10-minute sets. We let the artists flex. We let them work out a little bit. It's a roller coaster ride. Sometimes they're working on new material, but guys, just give them good energy, positive energy. This is post Hurricane Irma. Everybody, give us a round of applause. Y'all survived the storm. Y'all survived the storm. Come on, y'all gotta wake up now. I got a 5-point message, and the offering plate goes around at the end now. Y'all gotta tighten up now, okay? So, y'all survived the storm, fucking Irma. My sister is a strong feminist, and she dubbed that thing fucking bitch. So if my sister, who's a feminist, strong, independent woman, can call her fucking bitch, I'm gonna call her fucking bitch. That fucking bitch. Have y'all took any damage? Anybody? I took a tree limb to the roof. Fuck it. I've had worse one-night stands. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you meet a girl and you're like, hey, what's up? And you're like, damn, I might get laid tonight. And then at the same time, in the back of your mind, you're not sure if you're going to have a great night or if she's going to cut you. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't laugh so quick because then y'all are just guilty. Man, I went to check on my parents. You know, they're getting older. Make sure they're all right. I pull up over there. My dad, he's an old Cuban dude, immigrant. He's a builder. Been doing construction his whole life. And I pull up there, man, this guy has generators on, has backup power, has that free satellite dish in case cable goes out. You can catch the Spanish channels. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. He had all that stuff going on. They had coffee going on. They had provisions. My mom's sitting at the breakfast table reading the magazine. I go out, I pull up. My dad's in the garage. he's looking at the fuse box. So I come walking up. Man, I remember when I was a kid, man, my dad was like this. Motherfucker was like this. Damn, he looks like a hobbit now, man. I come walking up, he's like this big. I'm like, God damn, Dad, what the hell? I said, hey, Dad, what's up? He looks at me, he's got them big ass, thick, red fox glasses. Turns around, he says, oye, me son, mira, come here, look at this. Help me find this thing. I look over his shoulder, breaker box, all organized, pieces of tape, everything written all neat, what this does, what that does, what this does. He's got a note on the inside of the door, what to do in case of storm, and a list. Hey, I'm worried about him. Man, I barely know where my fuse box is at my house. Look, man, it's like going to find that door at the end of the Temple of Doom full of cobwebs of bones of skeletons of people who tried before me. Man, if that shit wasn't written inside the fuse box in 1986 when I bought that motherfucker, that shit ain't gonna be in there now. And what to do in case of a storm and a list, that motherfucking dog ate it.
It's supposed to be taped right down the back of the door.
Man, I don't want to hear it. So, like I said, my parents had their provisions, they had the checklist, they had their priorities in order. I had my provisions. I had 2 jars of peanut butter. 1 loaf of bread. 2 gallons of sweet tea BOGO from Publix. And allegedly, a sack of weed the size of a Nerf football. Allegedly. Then I have my priorities in order too. Shit, folks, by the middle of the first night, I'm lip-syncing the entire Beastie Boys License to Ill album in front of a camera. It will be on YouTube soon. By the middle of the second night, I'm driving through a Cat 3 storm in an evacuated town from a neighborhood that was mandatorily evacuated. I'm driving through that motherfucker like Lieutenant Dan, daring her to do her worst, begging her to do her best. I got back to the house. Goddamn logs would shoot out the roof of my house. Ain't that a motherfucker? But I smiled for the quality of that alleged weed. So now, folks, I ain't trying to put nothing down like we took an ass whipping. South Florida got its ass kicked. Houston got his ass kicked. I'm not trying to make light of it. But we met that bitch in straight Florida pride. We drew a line in the sand and we said we ain't gonna take it. Not one more step. And we met that bitch with red eyes and grit in our teeth, and we had a good time doing it. Y'all watching Facebook, people partying down there in Key West, fuck you, Storm! I was right there with them. My sister has businesses. She owns restaurants in West Palm Beach. And she has a restaurant, has a generator. And she runs that thing around the clock during these times of trouble because she wants to be there for the community. And because she's a greedy bitch. No, don't get it twisted, y'all. When you own businesses in West Palm Beach, you can't take downtime. My sister has a $25,000 facelift. My sister has $10,000 worth of new teeth, just the top half. There's a payment due every month on that, folks. And I'll be damned, how do you get behind on that note? What does that repo look like? But listen, like I said, I try to tell people when I'm out on stage, when I'm working with them, I said, look, I see things different. I was raised different. I'm not from the city. I'm from the dirty South. And when the dirty South then became the villages, and we had this great influx of all these cultures, Yankees, Southerners. I tell people, you got to go north, come to the dirty South, goddammit. We have dirt roads and racism in the dirty South. Shit, we don't fuck around. Look, my friends growing up are Hog, Frog, Pee-wee, Wild Bill, Junebug. This motherfucker last week met Junebug for the first time looking at it. I didn't think that was a real person. I said, bitch, you ain't lived till you had a Junebug in your retinol. And you ain't lived till you try to find out how to write retinol on a joke. Thank God for spell check. But anyways, I try to tell the people, folks, I'm from an hour from here. If I'm in Orlando, I'm from an hour from here. I'm in a place called Villages, Florida. I asked them, you ever heard about it? And they said, yeah, I've heard about it. I said, yeah, it's the fastest growing retirement community in the United States. I said, do you by chance know anything else that the Villages is famous for? And guess what these people tell me? Guess.
STDs.
What?
STDs.
That's right, a strong sense of community. That's exactly right, folks. We here in the Villages take care of our own in the Villages, Florida. Alright guys, that's enough hat comedy. Y'all guys ready to get some comedy going on here? Yeah. Come on y'all, y'all ready to hear some real comics come through?
Yeah.
Like I said, I was picking on my artists earlier. The comic, I put him out as a touring comic from Tampa, and he tells me that he's got all this other shit that he does. I said, well, some bitch, you didn't write that in the email when you sent it to me. So I got my man Wild Man here tonight. Big Wild Man, raise your hand. Yeah. Old brother Bohannon. Listen, me and him went to church, so I'm going to tell a super quick story and then bring up our next guest. Wild Man and I spent year after year taking a bunch of badass kids to church camp every summer. The three things that I hate the most: heat, bugs, and young people. But every year I love going to church camp. 50 acres, guys in the back, gals in the front. Get in the audience room, you make them scream as loud as they want. Ah! Nobody hears your asses. No cell phone signal. 4 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. God, God, God. Keep them up 6 in the morning to 2 in the morning every day. God, God, God. Break their demeanor. Break their resistance. Get them open to the spirit. Well, sometimes, folks, that shit happens to the adults, too. And I had to put the guest assassin that they brought in. He was an awesome pulpiteer, and he started bringing that hellfire and that brimstone, and then the next thing I know, I'm shoving kids out of the way, running to the altar because I want to make some changes in my life. I jumped down there, and this is the point of the story I want to make. I got down there, and I said, do a great work in my life, Lord. Do whatever it is you do, I want to be closer to you. Then I came off that stage, wound up with the Spirit, drove home, and I lost everything I owned. All the company that I had was liquidated while I was gone. I lost all my big contracts, and I lost everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And then it's a great thing because guess what? The only person that's there when there's everything is gone is God. And the reason why I say all this is because I say if you're ever in a situation where you feel led by the Spirit, and God does a work in your life, and you go shoving people out of the way to the altar, and you get down on your hands and knees for God, and you tell them that you want something, be motherfucking specific, okay? Do not just open-ended tell the guy, tell him you want to win the lottery, tell him you want to have all these wonderful blessings in your life. Be specific. God can work in mysterious ways, and he does have a sense of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comic comedy. I love hearing what people have to say. I love hearing what people have to say. So, before I bring up the next guest, I'll just tell you a super quick one, and I'm out of here. This year, my youngest daughter just graduated from high school, and she's off to college. Round of applause, please. I survived. And when he was talking about the ex-wife, it just brought up a little thought in my head. In addition to my daughter graduating from high school this year, I managed. Hey. All right. So now, see, that's cool. Yeah, let me tell you something. This guy, I mean, he's a small town guy, man. He knows too many people I know, so I know how. Hey. All right. So anyway, I paid off my house at the same time that my daughter graduated, and I realized there was an interesting irony that paying off your house and your daughter graduating from high school is interesting because it allows you to have the same conversation twice. Mm-hmm. Once with your baby mama and once with a mortgage company. Exactly. It's been a great 21 years. Thank you for always fucking being there and checking on me in inopportune moments. But now that this day is done, I never want to see you again. I hope you die. Go fuck yourself. We'll be back in 7 days.
All right.
It's your grandma.
Thanks a lot for coming out. All right, appreciate it, man. Yes, sir. We have a big show Thursday before Halloween.
Okay.
We're gonna go off.
Oh, that's right.
That's what happened maybe a month or 6 weeks ago.
That was so funny. I used to think that.
Thank you.
He'll be more.
Come back to you real soon.
I'm serious about
Before Halloween, right?
She's the big one.
Yep.
She's still married to a fucking idiot, but she's
you mentioned that.
Listen, that was fun.
Bad.
Okay.
He's really stupid.
Thanks a lot for coming, guys.
No worries,
I appreciate it very much.
Listen, trying to have a conversation with him is like trying to stir him up. That's all.
You said that before, so why? So she's such a smart girl. What the hell's wrong with her?
Amy!
I think a lot of it is she's getting to the point where she's actually kind of keeping him in check. Where she's kind of, I think in the beginning she was kind of feeling like that was the best that she could do. But now that Nathan's getting a little bit older,
Yeah, what? I got a deep voice.
she's getting to the point where she's putting
I had to touch the table.
it's the kid that I expect my life to have, and either going to participate, making sure that happens, or you know what I mean. So she's kind of getting a little.